welcome to Miss Astro Stone's YouTube video regarding Uranus retrograde, going from right now until December. I love recording a whole video without having my headset plugged in. Let me see. Yeah, and it's not on mute. I mean, really? Well, Uranus is retrograde. Uranus deals with telecommunication, data communication, astrology, and oddly enough, aviation. But anyway, and inventions and rebellions. So Uranus is going retrograde, and it's going retrograde today, July 9th, and it will do so until December 9th or 10th, depending on who you're reading. I'm going to insert right here a picture of the chart. Look at the chart. It's like hella busy. But anyway, we'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to insert it right here. Okay, I put a big black arrow where Uranus is retrograde in Aries. It's still in an opposition to Saturn in Libra across the chart. It's still involved in a square with Pluto in Capricorn, and it's still bothering the crap out of Venus in Cancer. Okay, you saw the chart, and that's thank you, Planet Watcher, for providing the chart. So you see all the stuff that's going on. We still have the cardinal T-square. We still have, well, actually, because we have planets we have Venus in Cancer, so we have a cardinal Grand Cross. Now Uranus is going retrograde, which it means it looks like it's going backwards from our point of view. It's not really going backwards. It just appears that way. But the energy that it releases is different. I'm going to read a couple of quotes from some websites regarding this Uranus retrograde. Okay. Now, this is from Lynn Koiner, Koiner. These are just segments. Uranus tends to be more potent and more Uranian when retrograde. Oh, great. Like, let's have more revolutions. Uranus retrograde motion tends to stimulate deep psychological investigation and analysis. Its research, however, seeks answers that satisfy the mind and explains why. Obviously, this is an excellent time for mental studies that explore human behavior and psychology. It favors activities that require bursts of initiative and intuitive energy. That favors psychological counseling connected with freedom urges and disconnected patterns of relating. I'm going to read that sentence again. It favors psychological counseling connected with freedom urges and disconnected patterns of relating. Don't you think that people who are like petty dictators, you know, that shoot their own citizens are kind of like disconnected? Their pattern of relating is a little disconnected. Oh, I'll kill all my citizens rather than, you know, let them have freedom of speech and freedom of assembly and the right to vote. Okay. Uranus, when Uranus transits retrograde, it will reawaken freedom urges, causing the individual to suddenly rebel against any ruts or confinements. Did you know that in Egypt they're protesting again because the speed of the reforms not fast enough? Well, just because you get rid of Mubarak doesn't mean that you've gotten rid of all his henchmen and cronies, the secret police, the secret torture prisons, the whole network of snitches and spies. It has to be a total regime change. So we're going to see more protests against dictators. We're going to see more people just saying, I'm mad as hell, like a network, that movie Network. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Okay, now, from the Llewellyn.com blog regarding Uranus retrograde, it says, Uranus retrograde is a time of heightened internal reflection. Oh, I'm reflecting. You may find yourself searching for personal innovation and rediscovering your inner child. Don't abuse it. That's my note. Even if that means being a little rebellious at times. Little. Retrograde periods are times to break out the R-E. Regeneration, renewal, reflection. You get the point. Add re to the beginning of a word, and you have a way of positively using a period of planetary retrograde motion. Okay, that's llewellyn.com. Then, Astro Girl. I love Astro Girl so much. I just can't even tell you. Not only is she like a week or more ahead, like it's like, what? It's July 9th now, and I'm just talking about this. She wrote about it, did pretty pictures, has links, sends it out to her subscribers. That's ASTROGRRL. She's just faboo. Yes, she is. So anyway, she writes regarding this retrograde. While Uranus is retrograde, allow your rebellious inner child to run free. Think without boundaries and conceptualize original ideas that bring you closer to achieving your objectives. In Aries, Uranus is a trailblazer and is assertive in communicating one's ideas and pushing for one's objectives at best. Engaging, a leader, entrepreneurial, creative, independent, and impassionate. At worst, callous, abrasive, selfish, opinionated, and non-committal. Now you see that the worst parts of Uranus in Aries retrograde can be manifest by those people in power who are being confronted. All right? So this is just a note. Go Google Uranus retrograde 2011. People have been writing about it. I'm talking about it. I'm just going to point it out. I mean, it's like, you know, you're not going to get like real in-depth coverage of any one particular thing. I'm just saying this is something that's happening right now, and watch between here and December. What kind of innovations happen? What kind of trailblazing inventions happen? What kind of revolutions happen? What kind of group movements that are aggressive, that are based on an idea or an intuitive feeling that things have got to get better, and the only way we can make it better is if we just go and just knock these old guys off their perches and say, "Oh no, we're just tired of your stuff." So, and you know, we have some other ideas. So, so this is just a note, a heads up. Uranus goes retrograde. Back up those computers. Remember when I got malware? We were in the shadow period. The shadow period is like, you know, the space before the retrograde motion. And I'll come back and I'll revisit this topic between here and December 10th, because we're going to see manifestations of this. It happens out in the world, and it happens within us. Okay? How are you gonna break out of your ruts? How are you going to use your intuition? How are you going to release your inner child to be able to be creative and to see things in a new way? That's your job as an individual. Okay? So, we'll see how this turned out. I want to give a thanks and a shout out to planetwatcher.com for providing the nifty graphic. Go there and check out the transits, and thank you for visiting Ms. Astro Stone for the Uranus retrograde report.